All right, so today we're doing a deep dive into Virginia Woolf's 1925 masterpiece, Mrs. Dalloway.
A classic, and a really revolutionary book for its time.
Absolutely. And it famously covers just one single day in London, June 1923.
That's right. I think its working title was Even the Hours.
So the big question is, why? Why use this very specific single-day structure to comment on something as huge as post-WWI England?
Well, I think Woolf uses that sort of claustrophobic structure to argue that the real action of life, it happens internally.
Inside the mind.
Exactly, not on the streets of London. And the mechanism for showing us that is the technique she really masters here.
The stream of consciousness narration.
Yeah. Instead of a simple linear plot, she just drops you right into the flow of a character's thoughts.
So it's jumping backward and forward in time.
Constantly. And it blurs what someone is thinking versus what they're actually saying out loud.
Yeah.
It's often seen as her response to James Joyce's Ulysses.
And we follow two main storylines with two characters who, and this is key, never actually meet. First, you have the society hostess, Clarissa Dalloway. She's 51, and she's preparing for a party.
Right, and through that simple act, she's reflecting on her entire life. Her youth at a place called Bourton, the choices she made.
Like marrying the reliable Richard Dalloway instead of the more demanding, maybe more exciting Peter Walsh.
And then you have her double, Septimus Smith.
He's a World War I veteran, and he's suffering from intense shell shock.
What we now recognize as severe PTSD, yeah.
Right.
His trauma is all tied up with his friend Evans, who was killed in the war.
And there are these unresolved, maybe unrequited sexual feelings for Evans that haunt him.
They do. And what's immediately striking is Woolf's critique of the system that's supposed to be fixing him.
His doctors, Sir William Bradshaw and Dr. Holmes, are just awful.
Awful. They just dismiss his trauma. They suggest he, take up a hobby or take a trip to the country. Dr. Holmes actually says there's nothing the matter with him.
It's a searing indictment of the medical establishment's failure to treat mental illness, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And it was deeply personal for Woolf. She channeled her own struggles with bipolar disorder, even a past suicide attempt, directly into Septimus's story.
And this failure of society to care, it just gives such a sharp edge to the novel's other constant threat, time.
Right. Big Ben is always ringing in the background.
It's this relentless reminder of the march toward death.
It's an oppressive force, and Clarissa tries to resist it by throwing her parties. She thinks of them as her gift.
A way to create connection.
To create a moment of shared connection against the ticking clock.
That desire for connection is where the book gets really interesting, I think, especially around sexuality.
Oh, for sure. Clarissa remembers a kiss with her friend Sally Seton as the most exquisite moment of her life.
She even compares her feelings to what men feel and to Othello's love for Desdemona. It's so intense.
And on the other hand, you have Septimus. He's so broken by trauma that he finds heterosexual sex completely revolting. He calls copulation filth.
It just shows the reality simmering beneath the era's very stiff, very proper surface.
And the tragedy of that stiffness, of that hypocrisy, is kind of embodied by Sally Seton herself.
The woman from the kiss.
Yeah. She was once this free-spirited tomboy, but when Clarissa sees her at the party years later,
she's become this totally conventional mother of 5 boys.
It's such a powerful comment on the restrictive role of women, the angel in the house, that Clarissa was also expected to be.
So this whole single day, it all culminates at Clarissa's party.
It does. And news arrives that a stranger, a young man, has committed suicide by jumping from a window.
It's Septimus.
It's Septimus. And Clarissa, who never knew him, hears this news and has this profound moment of clarity.
She relates to him, doesn't she? She sees his suicide as an act to preserve the purity of his happiness.
To keep it safe from the hands of his doctors, from society's expectations.
So the final thought we want to leave you with from this deep dive is a pretty provocative one.
We know from Woolf's notes that her original plan was for Clarissa herself to commit suicide.
Wow. So Septimus was literally her double.
He was. So here's the question to reflect on. If the novel is about processing these huge existential issues, life and time, what does it mean that Woolf chose to let the traumatized veteran, the victim of institutional failure, make that ultimate choice to step outside of life instead of the society hostess?